Okay, lyrics. Let's not look at lyrics. And then going 2 bars of 5 chord because we need the 5 chord as this dominant pull. There's something like a transitional melody to get back to that hook. They've got all the pop progressions. Now they go into some kind of post-chorus with almost like this Coldplay Viva la Vida thing, right? Bum bum dun 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 bum. Oh dear Lord, this I understood. Chorus, very very strong hooks all the way through. I think this song might win. We could talk about the effects of world politics on music, but let's talk song. No, seriously. I'm afraid we have to talk about this for just a little bit. And I know this is not what I normally do, and if you don't want to watch this, please move on and watch the actual reaction video. I think this video needs a little bit of introduction. I'm going to react to a Eurovision Song Contest song. I'm going to react to the favorite of this year, which is Linda Lampenius and Parkkonen. Now, some countries have decided to boycott this year's Eurovision Song Contest for reasons that, on a political scale, I do understand. For me personally, as a Spaniard living in Germany, I think that Eurovision Song Contest is one of the best ways of international understanding there is, apart from maybe the Football World Cup. When I say football, I mean soccer, and the Olympics. And I'm sad that Spain won't compete. At the same time, I think that all musicians should be allowed to participate, no matter what country they're from. And I don't think it's a very good idea to blame musicians for what governments do, because musicians, in that case, are seldomly responsible for bad things happening. That being said, I really want to learn more about songwriting. I'm a big Eurovision Song Contest fan, especially this typical ESC songwriting style, this under 3-minute hit composition. So I'm really looking forward to learning more. I don't know what the lyric analysis will look like with the song Liekinheitin from Finnish artists Linda Lampenius and Parkkonen. So without further ado, let's get going. It reminds me of Overcooked, the video game I'm playing with my son. Step 1, find the key. Could be a bit louder. Alright, the key seems to be G minor or the relative major B flat major, which is going to be my 1, you know that. In terms of chord scale degrees, I always like looking at this Ionian 1. The chord progression we are going to find out next is some kind of chromatic idea that I really like. Alright, now it's a bit too loud. It's certainly this thing here, right? In the bass. Where we have got, and now Simba is in the way. If only you could see him. The first 2 chords are certainly G minor and D major with F sharp and bass. And I think that the 4th chord goes up. Let's find out what the arpeggio is, because the arpeggio will outline the chords. Ah, okay. Okay. So what we have here is something like this. Maybe the 4th chord is different, I don't really know. But what we have is G minor, then might also be this augmented idea, right? B flat augmented with that, in that case, F sharp in bass, or G sharp, I should say, probably. And then regular B flat, and then this idea goes back up. Really interesting and curious. It's got this King of the Mountains thing vibe, right? Bum, 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 ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba, bum. It's this chromatic idea that's really, really something. Okay, lyrics. Let's not look at lyrics. The melody starts with something, and then it's something like a teaser chorus, probably, and then we go back to an instrumental section. Let's look at the melody for a second. Okay, I think this is the melody. With a beautiful sixth leap from D to the B flat. And I hope this is going to remain one of the hooks of the song. Let's quickly stop this video for a big thank you. Thank you to Andrew Morgan, QMSE, Jonathan Ribeiro, Jennifer Grinder, Jodie Henko, JC, Prince of Wales, Amy May, Jennifer Grinder again, Lena, Bloody Mary 26, Gigi, and Vedas Petpick for their active financial support of this enterprise, either here on YouTube or over on Patreon. If the rest of you also want to contribute and be paying part of the family, please check the links in description. Also, I've decided to save up for a Simba cam. Some of you know that Simba is our golden retriever. You are not able to see him right now. He's sleeping on the floor because I only have this one camera angle. So in order to get more footage from Simba while I'm doing those reaction videos, you are allowed to send me money on PayPal. Go to PayPal, send money to letstalksong@gmail.com, and maybe we can get the Simba cam soon so that you all can watch his live reactions as well. On with the show. Certainly being taken over by the violin, which just played the same thing. Okay, we have got this relatively loose rhythm and this hook, right? That repeats. Maybe we are in the verse already. Certainly very hooky. Wow, they sure know how to cut to the chase quickly. I see the title of the song, which is Liekinheitin, and they do this here to build up to it. What am I hearing? Ba-dum, ba-dum. Or maybe not. I think. Yes, so this melody here, F to E flat and D to C, is basically also the chord. So where we have got the rock solid chords E flat that they build up to, and then C minor. Building on the 6 minor of the scale. Okay, maybe they started with the chorus and this here is the verse now, with a 2 chord progression, I believe, with a G minor that goes to the E flat major. Melody, pick up melody. With that 2-note idea. I should play it an octave below. Summer's illness. Repeat that 2-note motif. Right, and then develop this into a larger phrase. But originating in this. Cool. Repeat that idea. It's basically the brackets that they close now. Okay, so same melodic outline as there was in the beginning, with that that repeats and that gets prolonged, both with G minor and E flat major in the chords. Pre-chorus, very, very clear pre-chorus that has got new chords. Okay, we have got this typical build-up from 4 to 6 minor over 5. So we start with E flat, then we go to the dominant chord to F, but then we do this deceptive resolution to G minor, to the 6 minor. And then the 4th chord has to do with the G minor, but it's a cool reharm idea that I haven't quite understood. I somehow think that it's some kind of C minor voicing. It's hard to spot the bass here. So let's say we've got this colorful C minor, maybe with 7, maybe with 9. Interesting that now for the second half of the pre-chorus they would simplify the chord progression by playing 2 bars of 4 chord and then going 2 bars of 5 chord, because we need the 5 chord as this dominant pull that now leads to this pickup melody that I believe we already know from the intro. Okay, we changed the chord progression from the intro, okay? We don't have this chromatic thing anymore, but instead we have another chord progression. Okay. 6 minor, 4, 5, 3 minor. This is going to be the chord progression in the chorus. Okay, before we continue, let us quickly look at the melody that starts with that hook that we know from the intro. They changed it now. I think it's... Okay. The hook at the end, but they built it with this here. Something like a transitional melody to get back to that hook. And this is the repetition of the second motif. Right? So we have got 2 motifs that take turns. One, the intro hook, and then this more soothing, more calming, right, with this dominant thing that they land on there also, okay? So this change between 2 very, very powerful melodic motifs, very cool. They've got all the pop progressions. Now they go into some kind of post-chorus with... 4, 2 minor, 6 minor, and 5 with a new melody hook. Again with a pickup melody. 2-note thing that we land on. Repeat that. Okay, and then this here. Super simple and on the grid melodies, right? Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum, with cool syncopated and on the grid rhythms that take turn, almost like this Coldplay Viva la Vida thing, right? Bum bum dun 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 dum dum bum. And then they go into what we knew as the pre-chorus, right? Sorry, not pre-chorus, but instead this build-up after the intro that took us to the first verse. Another hook, which this time is played by the violin. Cool idea. Really cool. Okay. It's basically the first idea, just with that beautiful pickup idea. I think it's this. With that secondary dominant idea there in the middle with that F sharp that normally is not part of the G minor scale. And repeat that hook. By the way, this chord progression was the thing from the post-chorus. No, it was not. Is that a whole new chord progression? Yes, we have got a new chord progression. I don't know if it's the fourth or the fifth one. This time with 6 minor to 1 to 4 to 2 minor. They all kind of bear resemblance to each other, but they all are distinct in the same way. Verse 2, very clearly recognizable. We are 1 minute and 36 seconds into the song, and we are now repeating ideas and making sure that people recognize the structures. Very, very good. On point. And they speed up things. Now that the verse is established, they shorten it. They only give us the one line, or the one half, I should say, with this here. That normally would have gotten answered in verse number 1, but that now goes directly into the pre-chorus. Tiny variation due to the lyrics that change the rhythm as well. Certainly still landing on that C, which is important. And this really, really strong build-up in the pre-chorus again, with that strong chord progression that starts on the 4 chord. Oh dear Lord, this I understood. And now they go back to the intro idea, right? Where we had this in build-up mode all the way through and everybody expects the second or third chorus. They go into that intro idea. Okay, I keep messing up the chord progressions because it's so many strong ones that I have to play this again. And then back to the post-chorus. Very, very strong hooks all the way through. I think this song might win. Might this be a secondary build-up there? The arrangement drops, but I think what they hint at is this chromatic build-up that goes from the dominant chord to the secondary dominant chord and then to the G minor. And this was Liekinheitin by Linda Lampenius and Pete Parkkonen or Pete Parkkonen. And I'm sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1 is that it's sometimes a good idea to foreshadow the chorus in the intro already, especially if you've got a strong hook like this one. Right? This you need to present as kind of an overture to everything that's going to come. And they did that brilliantly. They know that this, apart from all the strong hooks in the song, is the strongest hook, which is why they chose to start with it, to integrate this into the intro and to do this even before the first verse. Very good. Let's do that as well. Second songwriting learning, also related to the hooks. It's all about the hooks, even in the sections where the melody is not sung by the vocalist. They have got this violin phrase with that, right? So everything is hook in that song. Even those arrangement, electronic, stylistic devices are hook, right? Because you hear the sounds and you instantly know what song it is. So they were very aware of the different types of hooks there are. Not only the voice, but also other instruments and other sounds in general, paired with beautiful hooky melodies. So they really know their way around hooks. Let's also apply this when writing killer songs. And songwriting learning number 3, a Eurovision Song Contest classic, which is cut to the chase. If you have established all the important sections after roughly a minute and a half, you've got another minute and a half to wrap your song up and to present all the parts while at the same time focusing on the strong hooks. So it's a good idea to, for example, halfen your second verse or the pre-chorus also, so that you have more time for the chorus hook to shine or for this outro that they have come up with. So starting with verse number 2, it's okay to shorten sections once you have established them, and very important, once you follow the same structure, the same building block idea that you've already established in verse number 1. So let's also do this. And this was my live reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Liekinheitin, favorite for the Eurovision Song Contest by Finnish artists Linda Lampenius and Pete Parkkonen. Now, if you liked this video, please leave me the thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel, and please leave friendly comments, especially with this delicate topic of politics and music. Let's stick to the music in the comments. I think everybody will profit from this. Please become a channel member either here or on Patreon, or visit my Linktree for further resources. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about world politics and the effect on music now. Bye bye.